With the boxes, I first start with the box sides. Now this is a piece that's 35 mils high by 22 mils wide and 270 mils long. Now this would be enough wood timber to make all the box sides. Now earlier I talked about grain matching, so to help with the grain matching process, this is what I do. I divide the box sides into half like that. So, and then what we want to do is we want to cut 4 pieces from there, which will make the box sides. And this is what they look like when they're finished. So to keep the grain matching pattern happening, we mark where the cuts are going to go. So basically what happens is the pieces sit like this, and we cut according to those lines. Now before we start cutting, we just got to try to keep the grain alignment together. What I do is, first of all, I put 2 X's on the center line. This center line here is actually the outside face of the box, and these outside sides are actually the insides of the boxes. Now, because I'm cutting batches of 50 to 100 at a time, what I do is I then mark them so that I can, after I've cut this into individual pieces, I can then reassemble them or sort them back in case the stack falls down. So what I do is, this is a piece of quarter sawn New Guinea rosewood. So I mark it PNGR, PNGR. I then try to keep these sides together, because later on after we've cut it, I know the C and the D will match together, like that. So, and then I give it a unique number. We'll call this number 1, A, B, C, D, number 1. So after we've cut it all up and we put it on the racks to dry out, we can then, after we've left them in the racks, when we pull them off, we can then identify how everything goes together. I will then split this center line with a bandsaw. Even though this board has been it is quarter sawn and it has been kiln dried, after I've split it in half, I will still allow 3 to 6 months for this individual piece just to de-stress itself out, and if any movement that's going to happen, it'll happen in the racks and we can machine out later rather than as a box. So now that we've completed the marking, we'll go to the bandsaw and we'll split that in half. Here in front of the bandsaw, I'm just roughing it out. You can cut it on a table saw. There's many ways of splitting it. I find just with the bandsaw it's nice and easy, and you don't lose much thickness, or the curve of the blade is actually quite thin. So I'll just cut it on the bandsaw. I love the smell of New Guinea rosewood. I could put this stuff all day. Okay, now it's split. What I'll then do is I'll then put it in the racks to air dry for the next 3 to 6 months.